Actress Drew Barrymore actually shows a spine. I'll tell you why in a minute, but first, hi, I'm Jacob Berry. Welcome to my vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture from celebrity news to film, television, anime, and so much more. Be sure to like this video, share it out, leave me a comment, and tell me what you think. And of course, subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000, and guess what? I'm over 900. I did it. I celebrated, just in time for Batman week. I'm so excited about that. As you can see, I'm doing a Batman themed backdrop and setup. But for now, just be sure to subscribe because once I reach that 1,000, I'm going to be doing an Ask Me Anything live stream. So none of that fake stuff. I'm actually going to be live streaming where you can ask me questions in the YouTube chat box. All right. So diving right into the topic. Yes. So Drew Barrymore has made the very smart decision to restart her talk show amidst the Writers Guild of America strike, amidst the SAG-AFTRA, whatever it is, strike. And I applaud this decision. I'm kind of disappointed because that it's coming from Drew Barrymore because for one thing she paid lip service to the strikers beforehand and then now she's doing it. What I'm glad she's doing it. I just wish she had more courage. Same with the Arrow star. He's such a little chicken. He said I don't think the strike is a good idea, got backlash and immediately went to the picket line. Oh boo-hoo, wah, 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 wah. It's like, oh my gosh. Also, Drew Barrymore, she did that weird thing where she knelt before that creepy TikToker that if I said this name, I would never get to 1,000. But, that she had this TikToker on and allowed this person to boo-hoo about their life, even though the TikToks that are posted from that account are super creepy and bizarre. And Drew Barrymore just knelt and was like, oh, I feel your pain. Whatever, you don't. But anyway, neither here nor there. Point is, I'm glad she's standing up to the strikers, to these corrupt unions. And listen, I'm not pro the studios. If you've watched any of my videos, I'm very critical about on Disney, on Warner Brothers, Paramount. You know the drill. I've repeatedly said that I think that they are just as corrupt, but the problem is the unions are probably even more so. I have no doubt maybe there's some exploitation going on with the studios and the employees that work there, but that kind of goes double for the unions. I mean, you pay dues to this union who then, if you don't make a certain amount of money, you don't get your union guaranteed health insurance. That's so stupid to me. So the unions commit wage discrimination against their members and then complain about that discrimination and blame the studios and then tell them not to work. So they're already not making the amount that they need to get their the health insurance that their dues are supposed to pay for. So the solution is then not to work, and then instead of putting the money that's being donated to these strikers, instead of doing that, they're trying to get California to subsidize them so, the unions can do things like buy T-shirts. So stupid. And then, of course, they put all the millionaires out there, right? So Mark Ruffalo gets out there dressed, all raggedy, even though he was wearing a Armani suit 5 minutes before that. And, it's just, and, they have Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul out there, who's two of the highest paid, TV actors. It's like, oh, spare me, give me a break. I'm not gonna boo-hoo with them. I don't care about millions making more millions. Absolutely preposterous. And the same with Drew Barrymore. And like I said, I'm glad that she is standing up to them. Like I said, I wish she would revert, not participate in the Hollywood breakdown of our pop culture or our American culture in general. That being said, I applaud her for returning back to work. A lot of talk shows are doing this, including, one thing that I've always thought was interesting was the SAG and the WGA people, the strikers, they never went after The View, right? So The View gets exempt, even though, it's loaded with a bunch of has-beens, from the news and entertainment industry. They don't complain about them, but, the others are, they want to target Drew Barrymore. So this is from CNN, so take it with a grain of salt. CNN lies like every day. Drew Barrymore is drawing the ire of the Writers Guild of America over her decision to resume production on her talk show, as more than 11,000 television and film writers remain on strike. In a statement shared on her Instagram over the weekend, Barrymore explained her position on bringing her show back and referenced why she had previously made a choice to walk away from the MTV Film and Television Awards because I was the host and it had a direct conflict with what the strike was dealing with, which was studios, streamers, film, and television. To be clear, our talk show actually wrapped on April 20th, so we never had to shut down the show. However, I am also making the choice to come back for the first time in the strike for our show that may have my name on it, but this is bigger than just me. Well, yeah, because we're seeing this happen, and with the strikers refusing to, do their jobs, we're seeing mass firings. So all these poor grips, camera operators, VFX people, they're all getting fired while, these whiners are, just picketing, so ridiculous. Production on most film and television programs have come to a halt as members of the Writers Guild and SAG-AFTRA remain at an impasse in contract negotiations with major studios and streamers. The Writers Guild of America East announced it would be picketing Barry's new New York-based talk show. The Drew Barrymore TV show is a WGA struck show that is planning to return without its writers, a tweet from their Twitter account reads. The Guild has and will continue to picket struck shows that are in production due to the strike. Any writing on the Drew Barrymore is a violation of WGA strike rules. It was really funny because Deadline, I love needling Deadline about how they're, just licking the boots of these corrupt unions. And they posted a video and there was like 8 people there. They couldn't even get a dozen people to picket Drew Barrymore's. It was such a fail. Oh my gosh. I was laughing so hard when I was like, And then so allegedly 2 people. Now, I don't necessarily believe them because Hollywood is full of liars and corrupt people. But supposedly 2 people who had bought tickets were part of the WGA and they wore shirts that were supporting the strike and they got kicked out. Drew Barrymore later came and said she didn't know about it, and she could be lying. I don't know. She's just as culpable as the rest of Hollywood. But I don't actually believe that they got in. I think they're just saying that I bet they didn't even buy tickets. I bet they just tried to get in and then got kicked out by security. So then they could say we got kicked out of the Drew Barrymore show. That's how this works. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all lies. It's all entertainment. And I just think that, I hope to see more of this. Like I said, other shows are starting to come back. The Talk is coming back. And, I don't have any feelings for The Talk. I've never watched it. I heard it's not that good. It's just a ripoff of The View, which also isn't good at all. So whatever the case may be, I'm actually fine with it being so quiet. Personally, my feeling is I want the whole system to go down that system where everything is, it's that trifecta, right? So you got New York, you've got Hollywood, and then you've got Atlanta, and then all the companies that are in that trifecta are controlling everything. I would love to see that system break down, and we're already seeing that a little bit. Mark Wahlberg, he's starting a film studio in Las Vegas. I hope that he takes in non-union writers and actors so that these people will get back to work. Now, my feeling is, if you can't get a job in the industry you're working in, or you can't get a job that pays high enough in the real world, outside of the entertainment industry bubble, you have to get another job. That's how it works. But, for those who are just wanting to stay in the spotlight, who just have to work in the film and entertainment industry, film and television entertainment industry, I hope that they'll realize just what, how a fast one that is being pulled on with these unions, and that maybe they'll get work at, Mark Wahlberg's new film studio. Dennis Quaid is opening a new one in Texas. I can't remember what city it is, but, I hope he has a great amount of success with that so that we can start breaking down this Hollywood bubble. And I mean Hollywood as in encompassing the film and television industry, because even if it is in New York or Atlanta, it all flows back to California. Tyler Perry Studios might be in Atlanta, but remember, he's got a California house, right? And with these strikers, I'm not going to take lectures from them about unfair wages, about 10 writers in a room when a TV show only needs 5, or about how AI is going to replace them. It's the same industry that propped up Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby. It still props up Roman Polanski and Woody Allen. So I really don't want to hear any sort of lecture from them about, morality and what's right, even when it comes to wages and pay. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of hearing it. And I also think that's why this strike hasn't ginned up enough of an outrage or the outrage that they were hoping would come from the audience, because they have alienated the audience. They have attacked them. Just the other day, the guy who directed Cat People, he was quoted, I believe he was in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, where he said audiences are dumber, because in the context was he was saying they're dumber, they don't read movie reviews. Well, yeah, duh, because we've just learned from the Rotten Tomatoes scandal that the reviews are bought and paid for, right? I did a video on that recently. It's very obvious just how corrupt it is, even going up with the entertainment industry's connection to the corporate press. It's such a corrupt pipeline. I mean, Disney owns ABC News, right? Warner Brothers Discovery owns CNN. It's all interconnected, and it's all terrifying just how all of these things are interlaced and connected together, and the corruption pipeline just continues on. And that's why I don't support the strike. I think it's asinine, and good for Drew Barrymore to come back to work, bring her people back to work. And I hope that other people will have a spine also and stand up. Now, hopefully Drew Barrymore won't backtrack like the star of Arrow did. Hopefully that she'll stick to her guns, and that we'll see some big changes in the industry. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up, that you'll leave me a comment and tell me what you think, that you'll share it out with your friends, and of course, consider subscribing to StudioJake. I cover all kinds of nerd and pop culture topics, including film, television, anime, comic books, and so much more. I hope that you'll also head over to my main website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where I have even more news, views, and commentary. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, head over to my locals page. That's studiojakemedia.locals.com. It's the best way to support me. I'm trying to build a little community there. I have exclusive reviews and articles, so definitely head over there and check it out. And I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.